Me, Renee, I'm back. And as you can see, this is a tag. It's a new tag created by Heather over at Bookables. And this is the end of summer book tag. I mean, it's August, it's the end of summer. Some people I feel like talk about summer like it includes May and September. That's not how it includes in my mind. I mean, yeah, I suppose sometimes you can have nice weather in September, but like if you're gonna say the summer is any time that the weather is nice, then like you would always have summer in like Texas. So yeah, I'm not gonna go into that, like be the to hype that just because it's sunny it's summer. No, September is fall, at least in my mind. But yeah, so this I've done some summer tags before, but yes, so you might have seen some of these books before, but oh well. The first prompt is summer camp. Which book had your new favorite character? So honestly, I would say I had a lot of good reading experiences this summer. Like I suppose I didn't read like all the time this summer, but I read quite a lot. And like what I did read, a lot of them were good books. Oh sorry, a lot of them were great books. But yeah, I end up going with a book I just finished like last week, so a recent one, and also isn't kind of good to like do recent books as well, not just older ones, because then you could like be like, well, you talked about this one in the last tag. Yeah, this is not just tags books I've talked about all the time before the summer. Some of them are, but not just that. So we have Over Emotional by David Fenn. So the main character in this one is Steven. Those was I don't know, main character. Okay, so I would say maybe he's the main character, but there's several point of views. If there's several point of views, are all the characters main characters? No, honestly, I would say it's still Steven's story because it's mainly based around him. So yeah, I would say he's the main character, even though there are other characters that are important. But yeah, Steven, main character in this one. I very much enjoy him. He has some good, like he's a good narrator. He like he's not too dumb. Like he realizes when stuff isn't going his way, and but he tries to do his best. And yeah, Steven in this book, very good. Also, in case you don't know, like if you haven't heard of this book, because I haven't really heard that much about it myself, it's British YA. It's a first in series, and yeah, check it out. Spoiler alert: at the end, you might be in for a bit of skimming because the end is quite creepy. So yeah. Then the next prompt is give me a little moment. Gonna find a note. What was your favorite book of the summer? Again, I've read a lot of books, so I could say my favorite book. I mean, Heather, favorite book, not books. I mean, whatever you do, like a tag and you say like your favorite, and then not a plural, but you have singular, like this is mean. But I suppose some people might have like if you, I suppose you might like it might be easier to like do like favorite of the year, but like favorite of the summer. If you really love good books, it's gonna be difficult. But luckily, I decided on a book that I read. Again, a book I finished quite recently, and yeah, even though I read a lot of good books this summer, I would say this one it's up there with the best of them. It is a very good book. It is Murder on a School Night by Kate Weston. You will laugh so much you might pee. You will you will think like these characters are so relatable and you just want to hug them and be their friends, which is also a good perk, at least for me. You will not be able to predict what's going to happen, which also a good perk. And you will read through it so fast because you won't be able to put the book down. You have to read it in like 1 or 2 sittings. It is so good. So yeah, very good book. That was spoiler alert. the murder, the first murder anyway, doesn't happen on a school night. So the title is not correct there in that way. But yeah, anywho, if you haven't read this book, check it out. It's a must read for everyone. And then the next prompt is blah de blah de blah. Summer Rain, least favorite book. So yeah, as I said, I love the books I read this summer were good books, either good books or great books. But this one, honestly, I have been toying about the idea of giving this like to a used bookstore, like unhauling it, because I enjoyed it. I did not absolutely enjoy it. I think it might have something to do with me having high expectations for this book, but at the same time, kind of also feel a bit like it's kind of old the book. Okay, so if you're kind of curious, like what book is am I talking about? It is Always apparently by Diana May. No, sorry, Diana Ma. So yeah, this book it has a cool idea. It's kind of like it's been described as like Crazy Rich Asians, but for YA audience. And I suppose yeah, it kind of is that because it's about like it's about high society in China and kind of that sort of stuff. But I also would say like if I'm gonna be quite frank with you, and not a lot happens in the book. Like there's a lot of talking and thinking, but actual things happening, not that much. And yeah, when like when like you have such cool setting, you feel like so much could have happened, but in reality, not a lot did happen. Yeah, kind of just bumps me out. It's yeah, it let me down, Sally. And next we have assigned summer reading. Yeah, sometimes I'm reading prompts, but I'm not weird that way. But yeah, favorite classic of the summer. I didn't really read any classics this summer. Sorry, that was a bit wrong. I did actually listen to some Oscar Wilde. Um, Oscar Wilde, what's the word again? Plays like an audio, and I did enjoy them. But honestly, I listen to the importance of being honest, but also like the something about like importance of being a woman, or like the not important of being a woman. So, I don't know. And honestly, I didn't love them so much. And I didn't listen to like a full cast audio of both, but I didn't like them so much, which is a bit sad, really, because I like Oscar Wilde as a person, and like he has a lot of cool quotes. Maybe it would have been more fun to see them like on stage, maybe because like it is a play. You're not supposed to listen to a play. You're supposed to watch a play. So maybe it would be better to just watch it live. I don't know, but it wasn't all that. But yeah, I suppose importance of being honest was more classical that I did read this summer or listen to. But yeah. Then we have back to school shopping. Favorite, you know what? I'm just gonna go for a bit of tangent here because this kind of always, yeah, it always annoys me. Like often when you see movies, TV series from the States, I would say sometimes from the UK, but yeah, mostly from the States, they always talk about back to school shopping, how every year they have to buy new things for their kids. And I'm just like, what? I suppose this probably is kind of a very cultural thing because, like, in Norway at least, like, I suppose depends on how old you are, but like, if you're in primary or if you're in middle school, you would get a notebook from the school. You would also get your curriculum book from the school library. You wouldn't have to buy them. So, and yeah, pencil paper. I think you might have to get yourself. Like a pencil paper, you just buy some pencils. This doesn't shouldn't really be that big of a deal. And honestly, I don't ever remember like being like a big thing where you would buy lots of new stuff before school started in Norway. I don't really think that would ever happen. Maybe that's my family, and like I suppose because you don't you can't like take everything I say as being like this is how it is in Norway. But yeah, I always feel like it's just so weird, like how you do like a big to do around like every year school shopping. Like you have to buy that much new stuff in every year, and like I suppose I could understand like if it's like a notebook, because if you don't get a notebook from your school, you might have to buy it yourself. Yeah, but also like pencils, like it's not like you're just gonna buy pencils in August. I mean, you're probably gonna need pencils in like October as well. Like if you're not using a computer, it's not like one pencil is gonna hold you all through the school year. So it's not like you, because yeah, it kind of also seems like she's gonna buy all the things for school in August, and like, don't you need things like in October, November as well? I don't know, kind of bugs me. But yeah. So this prompt is blah blah blah. Favorite book obtained this summer. The favorite book you bought. I'm not quite sure if this kind of means like it can be a book that you kind of wanted to buy. It's an additional book that you wanted to buy but you already read, or it could be a completely new book that you bought this year but the summer you also loved. I'm gonna do the last thing where like it's a book I recently bought. So it is Out of the Blue by Jason June. So I listened to this one on audiobook, and but yeah, also decided to buy it on paperback because it's a beautiful cover. I can show it off when I talk about it in the videos because I want to talk about it a lot. It is an amazing book. Everyone needs to read it. And yeah, I would say definitely a new favorite book of mine. And also the cover is so stunning. So yeah, definitely a new favorite book that I obtained this summer and also swallowed and enjoyed. But yeah. Then we have the last, I believe, or maybe I'm mistaken. No, yeah, first day of school. First book you plan on reading this autumn. So in September. And I'm like, I'm a mood reader, so I'm like saying like first book, like this book I am gonna read is it, or like first book gonna read in September is this book. It's not gonna be that easy to like pick one book, I feel like. But I'm gonna show you two books that I kind of want to read soon, and yeah, might pick up on Tuesday or Friday. Who knows? It is Fans by Michael Bond, A Journey into Psychology and Belonging. So this is a book all about fandom culture. It is like Potterheads, but it's also furries. It is Jane Eyre, like Jane Austen fans. It's all Whovians, so it kind of goes into lots of different fandoms. And yeah, I'm a fan of lots of things. Not all things. Well, no one's a fan of all things, but lots of things. So yeah, kind of think I might pick up this one. And then we have Sex, Power, Money by Sarah Pascoe. So Sarah Pascoe is a British comedian who's very funny, but she also like she has a lot of interesting thoughts and whatnot. She already wrote a book called Animal, which is all about like the human body and kind of like human as an animal and stuff like that. And this, yeah, kind of, it's a non-fiction, so you kind of know from the title what it's about: sex, power, and money, and how they go together and whatnot. And yeah, I kind of think I feel like I would pick up this one soon, I think. And then next we have blah, 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 blah. I feel like I've skipped one book. That one prompt. That's why what happened. Yeah. So going back to prompt 4. Last Days of Summer. A book you wished you read this summer. Which this I kind of feel was a bit difficult because like I did really love cool books. Like yeah, there's always gonna be books that you kind of want to read and kind of don't read for reasons. One of them being Questland by Carrie Wan. So I've read a book by her ages ago, and this kind of seems like a cool book. It's been in my TBR for like 2 years, 1 year. I think I've owned it for 1 year at least. So yeah, it's kind of been described as like Jumanji, but like for adults. So it's kind of like, yeah, adults get sucked into a D&D game in a way. And I very much want to read it. I just haven't yet because all the shiny books. So yeah, I suppose I might read this one soon because I mean, if you haven't read this, like if you book want to read and you haven't read it yet, you might just like slightly push it slightly forward in your TBR and not like forget about it. So yeah, and then the last prompt, but not least stupid, but yeah, favorite subject. Which new release are you most anticipating? So here, I already have done a new release with you, but like it's always kind of fun to watch some new releases you want to talk about. So I'm gonna pick out 5 books because here it has less new releases, not new release. So yeah, I said wrong first. It's new releases. So several books. So of course, The Chalice of the Gods by Rick Riordan, which is coming out in September. Yeah, so excited for that. I'm a big Peter Jackson fan. Very excited for that book. And then we have Rain by Catherine McGee, which is the 4th and final, not quite sure, might be final, book in the American Royal series, which I have devoured so much, and it's, yeah, I very much enjoy that series, and yeah, excited to continue it and maybe finish it. I'm not sure if that's the last one. I feel like it might be, but I don't know. Anywho, and then also The Last One to Die, sorry, The Last Devil to Die by Richard Osman. This is the 4th and final book in the First Murder Club series, which I very much enjoyed as well. And yeah, it's the last book. It's a bit bittersweet, but the first 3 books have been amazing, so I'm not gonna complain. And yeah. And then we have My Rogue to Ruin by Eric Ridley. This is the 4th book in this Winchester siblings series, which is a series of historical romance slash heist stories. I mean, all the books have like a heist or mystery element to them, but they also have a romance element to them. And yeah, very much enjoying the series. So excited to read this book. And then we have The Body in the Blitz by Robin Stevens. I most recently, quite very recently, quite recently, shortly, and not that long ago, I read The Ministry of Unladylike Activity, which is the first in this series. So The Body in Blitz, I was about to say, like, you can see it here, but it's not on the cover. But yeah, The Body in the Blitz, it's coming out in October, September, around that. I'm not sure I'm gonna read it like straight away because I mean, first it comes out in hardcovers and I prefer paperbacks, but I still anticipate it, even though I'm not gonna read it full out before next year when it's out in paperback. But yeah, I still really want to read it, so it counts. It counts. And yeah, that is it for today's tag. If you might have thinking like, what's with the hat? It's because it's a summer hat, so have to look summery. And yeah, if you want to do this tag you it. If you want to just answer one of these questions in the comments down below, you can do that. Or if you just want to mention something about the books I talked about, you can do that. And I'll see you soon. Bye.